Today is March 4th. Finally got a little bit of sunshine after all this rain. Gonna go ahead and work on this chicken coop greenhouse and get some more of the netting up here. Went to Menards and the best they had was a 25-foot roll. 50 would have been better, but we'll make do with it. So we'll need one roll plus just a little bit more, but goal is to get this on today. It'll be super quick. My dad actually did a lot of the chicken wire without me, and for this we just wove it through instead of zip tying it, so we did that for the whole thing. Didn't seem to be too much of an issue. Worked out a little better. Don't know if it's any faster or not, but I felt like this would be sturdier than zip ties. So anyways, we're gonna work on this today. I've got to start transplanting some things here soon, or at least I'd like to. So we're going to get it into greenhouse shape sooner than later. So a few months back, the chick lifts went on sale. It basically just covered the shipping. These things are expensive, so I probably wouldn't buy them for every single coop, but I wanted to go ahead and try it out, just see how it worked, and also to see if we could duplicate something like it, if we liked it. This coop, we're gonna go ahead and hook this one up. These chickens do not like their nesting box up in here, and they're starting to lay them all in the back. I actually saw maybe 10 back there, but they've kind of buried them. So far, I've got 3 kind of dug out. Definitely not fun having to reach all the way back here. Going to work on something a little better than this. So as you can see, when they're laying eggs, underneath where they're supposed to, the eggs get a lot more dirty. And I don't want to spend time washing eggs, because then as soon as you wash them, you got to refrigerate them. I just like picking eggs and being clean, so I've got to work on their nesting box today, so that way they can lay it in some clean bedding, clean straw, nice secluded place that they enjoy. So I've only got a couple good chickens. Everybody else is being bad and laying them on the ground. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put a bigger lip on this with the board, and then get some more bedding in here. There's also a light that's on in here all the time. Maybe the chickens don't like that. I'll go ahead and take that out and see if that helps anything as well. I am impressed. I didn't know if those chickens would ever lay eggs up here, because they kind of were getting used to it for about, well, not quite a week laying underneath, but they did a great job, so I'm very happy to see this. Well, we don't have any running water now, which is fantastic. Looks like chickens will be able to get out today without floating away. So go ahead and let these guys out. How you doing in there, chickens? And there they go. Let's go do the Americanas now. Theirs was semi-dry yesterday, but I didn't want to let them out because they're kind of hard to get up, and then it was a muddy mess. Let's get this up. And hey, chickens. I was running lower on bedding for these guys yesterday, so I brought another bag around that I had over at the Pearl Whites. She doesn't look too bad, it's just this edge over here looks a little damp. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some more bedding down for all of them. So my dad and I made some great progress on the greenhouse chicken tractor today. We got the entire bottom net up. There's still a few gaps of the actual chicken wire on the very front and back that we haven't done, but the door is done. The chick lift's on there, and that actually works really well. It slides everything a little bit too easy, so we were playing with the front side. We've got some ideas that we think are going to work really well to get that coop sliding nice front and back without having to take baby steps to do it. So that's a good feeling. We're getting close on that. The tomatoes still have a little ways to go before I put them out in the greenhouse. I haven't put any plastic up or anything because we're not done with it. Also thinking about transportation of that thing. We might pop the top off that electrical conduit, the metal things that are holding the chicken wire on the top. We haven't stapled those down to the side at all. What we're thinking about doing is popping it off, flipping it upside down, and just setting it in the bottom, because we built that chicken tractor greenhouse to fit on the trailer of mine, and we just don't want it to be too tall. Technically we could do it, but it'd just be less stress. We just took the top off and laid it inside the tractor, so we've still got a little bit of time before we have to move anything, but definitely thinking like that since things are moving along quick. So we're drying out a little bit more today after all that rain from a few days ago. I didn't do any fence work today. Tomorrow I plan to hit it again. Hopefully it'll be a little drier out there. It's just not much fun pulling that wagon through a bunch of mud and just lugging a lot of weight back and forth. So I gave it another rest today, hit it big tomorrow, and just let the chickens enjoy the sunshine right now. So last week I did manage to grab some more T-post. I have about 40 more at this point, so that'll get me at least the one run done that my dad and I kind of worked on a little last week. So hopefully get that one done tomorrow. Actually do need to put some more support posts in though before we completely finish it, but it's getting close to done. Today is March 6th, loading up the truck. Got the pounder, 4 rolls of wire, my posts. Went and got those today, the braces for the main posts. 40 T-posts in here. Got the bucket so we're not lugging everything. Ratchets, nails, tools, insulators, all that stuff. So gonna work on some fence today. So my dad's trimming this tree up a little bit. We got these posts in, brace, those are done, and now it'll just be running the line. You can see the T-posts we started back there a few days ago, so start to pound them in again. So you can see we've still got a good stretch to do behind me there. I'm a little more covered up today, not in a sleeveless t-shirt, and I got a hat on, so hopefully I won't be getting as sunburned today. I'm gonna go grab some T-posts and then we'll get to work. Walking the bottom line out. Pretty breezy out today. Looks like the neighbors lost a rain barrel, or just a barrel. Looks like it probably had some chemicals in it at one point. Roll it back over actually. So last time we did these 16 apart just to get a little bit better spacing since we only had a few T-posts to work with. This time we have the entire 56, which should get this run done. So I just kind of popped them in. I'm gonna go back through and actually pound them in now. We're making some good progress on the fence. Almost halfway done with pounding. I've laid these kind of out here and the posts right here, so we're getting close. I had a friend show up, which is cool. So she is helping my dad right now snap on some T-post insulators. I think I might have some more visitors here soon, so we'll see who turns up. We got 3 people now. My mom showed up, which is pretty cool. My hands are starting to feel it after pounding in however many posts I've done so far, so I'm gonna grab some gloves really quick because I don't want to have a bunch of blisters on my hand, and then I'll get back on it. Got a ton of work done today. That second line there is just about done. We have 3 more lines to put up, but the row itself is done as far as T-posts, which is a great feeling. That tree was a little weird. So what we did was we just ran the line and put a little insulator, slid it through, and I think that'll be fine. It's not really hitting that tree too hard or bending any T-posts, so that'll work out just fine. So we have 1 more hot line to do and then 2 more dead lines, and that one's done. The next fence row we'll work on will probably be the one along the woods. That one's not going to be very fun just because I have a feeling we'll run into some roots. We only ran into maybe 1 or 2 roots today driving them in, so good there, a lot done. A huge thank you to my mom and dad and friend that came out. It's always fun having people out on the farm, and just extra hands, always helpful. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Crow is about to go up, and there we go. So she's the last chicken of the day. I'm gonna close them up and they're all good. I just grabbed eggs from the Buffs and got a massive one. So the one over here on the right is most likely double yolker. I've never seen a triple yolker, but I've seen some massive eggs before. So this is a normal size egg here, and quite large one. This wouldn't fit in a normal egg carton. It'd kind of make it cockeyed, but I bet if I crack that open, there's 2 yolks in there. That I've seen that pretty frequently. Not necessarily with the Americanas here, but with the Buffs, as they're getting older and laying larger eggs. I've seen that a handful of times, so it's always cool to crack it open and see. So today was kind of the last nice day for a while. It looks like we're going to be in the 40s. It's going to be 40s and 50s, so I really wanted to work on the fence today. Definitely got a lot done with that, which is cool. So probably just hang out with chickens most of this week for the rest of the week. So Rusty got out, and one of the Americanas is out, and he has been trying to show off. He's been dancing, picking up leaves and bringing it to her, but she's not falling for it. So I'm gonna get him up and get these guys back in. Today is March 8th, beautiful sunny day. I finally got this greenhouse chicken tractor buttoned up. It only took 1 roll of plastic, so that was nice. So I have 1 spare roll here. I just kind of put some plastic over that chick lift. It's a little awkward to get this plastic on, so probably just use clips like this. It's not going to hold up great in the wind, so just kind of have to watch that. Put a couple staples in the plastic through the wood just to hold it on there like I do the chicken coops. And then put a little vent here at the top for the door. And I'm just kind of curious to see how well this holds heat. This little sensor right here. So we'll see what it looks like on a sunny day in here as far as humidity and temperature. We started at 49 degrees. It definitely is warmer than 49 degrees in here. I'm actually burning up hot. So I'm running out of room. I have run out of room in the top of my closet for starting any more plants. So I want to see how this holds heat into the night when it gets colder as well. And then once I'm satisfied with that, this is only one layer of 3.5 mil plastic. So I'm kind of interested to see how it holds the heat. And if it does well, I'll start transplanting some things. If it doesn't, then I'll modify it here and there and get things working. That's Maestro. So we're looking at the number on the left there that says outdoor. We started at 49 degrees and it jumped up to 73 basically as soon as I got it buttoned up. 15 minutes in and still climbing. Howdy out. Today is March 9th. This chicken back here is always up on that perch every single time I come out here. Even when I open the doors, she doesn't like hopping down. She just hangs out up there all the time. Noticed it for several weeks, so I'm just gonna name her Perch. I think it's kind of fitting. But other than her, I did contact the pole barn builder, and we're still set to be built the first week of April. So things are going good there. I'm kind of working out the well and all the utilities and everything, so that way it's all kind of done at one time. So that's going, and I also planted some more seeds today. The greenhouse doesn't really hold much heat or retain much heat with just one thin layer of plastic, but it does heat up really nice when the sun's on it. When there's a cloud over it, it stays warmer, maybe 10 degrees, 15 degrees at the most warmer. So not a whole bunch warmer than the outside temperature, but it's at least something. So it still needs some tweaking before I would ever leave plants out there full time. So anyways, that's kind of the update on all that. So the results are in on the Pearl White's feed consumption. So it took them 39 days to go through 150 pounds of food. So that works out to about 0.21 pounds per chicken per day is what they're eating. So these guys were a little closer to laying eggs versus the Americanas. The Americanas took 44 days to eat through everything. Pearl White's 39 days. So they went a little quicker. These guys started producing eggs a little sooner too. So it was more of the experiment time was them actually laying. So that's a little more accurate representation. Interesting to see the difference there on that. Now we're just waiting on the Buffs and Marins to finish up theirs. They don't have, I'm actually sitting in their coop right now. They'll probably be done tomorrow, so we can run some numbers next week on them and see what they're looking like.